What's up, guys? Dom here with another episode of Restricted America. Today, some breaking news kind of came out of New Jersey. So, without further ado, I actually have an article that I'm going to read to you guys in its entirety. It's not very long. It's by ABC News, Mike Catalini, and it was released today at 11:45 a.m. So Trenton, New Jersey's ban on the AR-15 rifle is unconstitutional, but the state's cap on magazines over 10 rounds passes constitutional muster, a federal judge said Tuesday. U.S. District Judge Peter Sheridan's 69-page opinion says he was compelled to rule as he did because of the Supreme Court's rulings in firearm cases, particularly the 2022 Bruen decision that expanded gun rights. Sheridan's ruling left both Second Amendment advocates and the state attorney general planning appeals. The judge temporarily delayed the order for 30 days. Pointing to the High Court's precedents, Sheridan suggested Congress and the president could do more to curb gun-related violence nationwide. It is hard to accept the Supreme Court's pronouncements that certain firearms policy choices are off the table, when frequently radical individuals possess and use these same firearms for evil purposes, he wrote. Sheridan added, where the Supreme Court has set for the law of our nation, as a lower court, I am bound to follow it. This principle, combined with the reckless inaction of our governmental leaders to address the mass shooting tragedy afflicting our nation, necessitates the court's decision. 9 other states in the District of Columbia have laws similar to New Jersey's, covering New York, Los Angeles, and other major cities, as well as the sites of massacres such as the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting in Newtown, Connecticut, where 20 children and 6 adults were killed by a shooter armed with an AR-15, one of the firearms commonly referred to as an assault weapon. Bans on so-called assault weapons are immoral and unconstitutional. FPC will continue to fight forward until all of these bans are eliminated throughout the United States, said Brandon Combs, president of the Firearms Policy Coalition, one of the plaintiffs. New Jersey Attorney General Matt Platkin said in a statement the ruling undermines public safety. The AR-15 is an instrument designed for warfare that inflicts catastrophic mass injuries and is the weapon of choice for the epidemic of mass shootings that have ravaged so many communities across this nation, he said. He added, we look forward to pressing our arguments on appeal. Several challenges to state assault weapons bans have cited the Bruen decision. Obviously, a gun rights group has challenged Connecticut's landmark 2013 gun control law, passed after the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting, that bans assault weapons, including certain AR-15 style rifles and large capacity magazines. A federal judge last year rejected a request by the National Association for Gun Rights to temporarily block the law while litigation continues. An appeal of that ruling is pending before a federal appeals court. Almost done. New Jersey has among the strictest gun laws in the country, particularly under Democratic Governor Phil Murphy, who has signed a number of measures into law, including the 2018 large capacity magazine ban at the center of this week's ruling. More measures Murphy signed in 2022, including allowing the Attorney General to use the state's public nuisance law to go after gun makers in court. A message seeking comment Wednesday was left with a spokesperson for the governor. The state's assault weapons ban dates to 1990 and includes various other weapons, but Sheridan focused on the AR-15, citing the plaintiff's concentration on that weapon in their court filings. The large capacity magazine bill signed by Murphy lowered the limit from 15 rounds to 10 against the protests of Second Amendment advocates. The bill's sponsor said the goal was to reduce the potential for mass casualties in shootings. And that's the article. So if you live in New Jersey, I guess this is kind of a half win. They're not totally upheaving the assault weapons ban, but he did rule that part of it was unconstitutional and that you can own and operate an AR-15 constitutionally. What they didn't rule on favorably was the large capacity magazines. He said that there was no constitutional precedent to not ban, higher than 10 round magazines. It doesn't say it in this article, but in another article, the judge, who is a Bush appointee, cited how the country banned or yeah, I think most of the country banned Bowie knives back in the 1800s because they were involved in a lot of stabbings, which I don't know how you can compare the two, but okay. Seems that both sides were actually unhappy with the decision. Both the Pro 2A group is going to appeal because of the mag capacity restrictions still being in place, as well as it not uplifting the restrictions on other assault weapons, whatever they're referring to as those. And the Attorney General is also going to be filing an appeal because they were not happy at all with the decision, besides the upholding of the mag capacity restriction. A lot of my viewers are from Massachusetts, and you're probably wondering, what does this got to do with Massachusetts? It doesn't immediately affect Massachusetts, obviously. People here, it's a different district. What this does do is provide court precedent in what we're fighting right now, which are assault weapon ban in Massachusetts. Even though this judge obviously wasn't a Pro 2A judge, he still did the right thing. He upheld the Bruen decision in his finding, even though you can debate that he didn't do the right thing with the mag capacity restriction. If we could have more rulings like this, I know you're thinking, the First District Court of Appeals is not great on Second Amendment issues, but we have all these cases going before the Supreme Court. If even just one of the assault weapons ban cases gets in front of the Supreme Court and is ruled favorably, Massachusetts is bound legally to lift their restrictions on those as well. I just want to say thanks to everyone that supported me so far. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I can try to help answer them, or other people in the comments can try to help answer them. If you aren't subscribed, do that now. And other than that, stay unrestricted, folks.